for Talk It Out, and my girlfriends are back to chat about the latest headlines. So I want to welcome best-selling author and host of Revelations on Sirius XM and trademark It Gets Greater Later, Bevy Smith. And give it up for journalist and host of the Vegan Sexy Cool podcast, Jacque Reid. And she's a stand-up comedian performing at the Kate in Connecticut on October 28th. Give it up for Tammy, Pescatelli. Okay, I'm so excited y'all are here, and we are gonna get to it. Bevy, what do you want to talk about?
The same thing all of y'all are talking about, the Will and Jada of it all. Oh! Okay.
All right, what are you feeling?
Let that woman have her say. I know it's a very unpopular, opinion, but my thing is this. When Will wrote his book, y'all loved it. He talked a lot. He said a lot of things. He was everywhere, and it wasn't a problem. The minute a woman wants to have her opinion and wants to have her say, now it's a problem. I believe that's misogyny, and I'm not having it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not having it. I mean, I don't like that tepid clap from you.
Well, everybody's got their opinion. Jacque, what did you think?
Well, I actually agree with Bevy to some degree. I mean, I do feel like there's been this villainizing of Jada for telling her story. I don't think that that's necessary, and people have piled on. But I do feel, because of the kind of things that she's talking about in this book, that she opens herself up for commentary and critique.
Right, because she put it out
there. Yes, and not only that, but she and Will have, really sold themselves as these life lesson gurus.
Couple.
Not just that, but life lesson gurus. I mean, she had the Red Table Talk where she gave advice to all kinds of people. And then he was on his social media giving life lesson videos and things like that. All the time, it's behind this lie that they were never married. Or not that they were, I'm sorry. Not that they've been separated for all this time.
But you know what? They've been telling us that they had an unorthodox relationship. They told us that.
They've been telling us everything. They've been telling us a lot of stuff.
But Tammy, you're married, so...
Right. Well, let me say this first. Before, I will never, as an Italian-American woman, understand what Will and Jada meant to the black culture, okay?
Right.
So I have to say that first. But as a married woman, them working things out, trying to do that, I am offended as a wife.
Okay.
Because just because you're holding your man down doesn't mean you have to hold his head underwater.
Ooh! Ooh!
No,
wait a minute. Because
there are secrets that need to be kept within the love.
And if you think for 1 minute that Will Smith, wait, do you really believe that Will Smith had no prior knowledge to what was in that book? Of course he did.
Of course he did, because he did it. But
but no, they talked about this. They are a couple. They are in a partnership.
He should have been
in a team. They're in a partnership.
But I feel like I'm sure they talked about it, and there was things going on. It is a partnership, but what was presented to us was something, and we don't have to be privy to what they talked about. Yeah. But now what we are privy to is all of the other stuff.
But then why are we But all of that was in the book, and Will and Jada do not move publicly without talking privately. They move just like when she said they went to the Oscars together. She wasn't even planning to go, but he asked her to go. They talk about things.
She was always planning to go.
Listen,
she had her dress before
he had what they do.
She's had that dress since Woo. She's had that dress since Woo. But I will say this. I think that literally every family, this is where it's relatable. Every family has that one family member that tells too much about their relationship.
But Will told a lot about their relationship in his book.
I get it, but I'm saying that then they show up with their partner 3 holidays later after you already said all the bad stuff about them.
But you cannot blame her.
No,
without
exactly.
Also, they move as a... He knew what was in that book.
Right.
And when they released it, they were standing together on her social media talking about it.
Yeah.
You cannot... If you're going to vilify her, you have to vilify her.
I'm not vilifying her. I think she is in pain. You know how I know she was in pain? Because she went... There were no words for her. when she was saying they were separated, she still couldn't even bring herself to say it.
Yeah.
I think she is in pain. I just think that we're in pain too at the same
I'm definitely
time.
in pain.
But now she's backtracking a little bit. Some may say she was on Stephen Colbert this week, and she was talking about how when they went to the Oscars together, even though they knew they were not, that they were separated,
Yeah.
right? She said she didn't go there as his wife, but after that slap, she left as his wife because she knew that he needed her in that moment and beyond, and to suffer it.
So what's different now?
The fact that this book is out and now everybody knows what they've known for a long time. But I do think that
But
we
why
can...
do you have to, everybody, what they've known for a long time, but like we could have handled you going, we're separated, we're deciding to do it. We could, we're grown, we can handle all that. All of the stuff.
I
Is this
think-
supposed to
What's some
inspire-
other stuff that irked your last good nerve? What was it?
I gotta say, I didn't get irked because I like both of them. It just was confusing for me. They've had 7 years to work out all of this stuff. Now it's every other day I'm getting something new, and I'm like, what in the world is going on?
Did you buy the book?
No, I'm going to buy the book.
I know that's
I'm-
right.
I'm-
And there it is. People are talking about it, but I think as someone who has, even after the slap, people vilified Jada.
More
They
than-
went after her,
Yeah.
and I have supported her and supported them as a couple. I mean, the fights, the arguments that I got in.
Okay.
But now I feel like we need to just stand back, let them do what they're going to do.
Let them air it out the way they're going to air it
out.
out. And guess what? I bet you they still going to be together, and I bet they'll write a joint book together. Telling us how to have an open relationship that works.
And it's going to be on the red table talk.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Jackie, what did you want to discuss?
Oh my God, I don't know if y'all saw this video that has gone viral of this young lady who went out on reluctantly went out on a first date with a gentleman that she really wasn't feeling.
Okay.
And so she's telling us all of this as she's walking into the restaurant, and she proceeds, after she sits with him, to order, you know how oysters come in a dozen?
Yes.
She ordered a dozen, after a dozen, after a dozen, after a dozen, till she got to 48. Then
But 48, oysters, not 48
No,
dozen.
yeah, 48 individual, which is a lot.
Yeah.
And then she ordered 2 crab cakes and some potatoes. She had 3 lemon drops. It just kept going on and on. So at some point, and she was slurping them the entire gross,
Which is the only way to eat an
which is
oyster.
gross. But the brother got up, excused himself, went to the bathroom. I heard that. Went to the bathroom and never came back and left her with the check.
Yeah,
And she was complaining, saying how rude of him. But my thing is, the slurping alone was nasty. But it's about etiquette on a first date. Even if once you say yes, even if you're not feeling that person, you've agreed you've consented to go along with the evening and do what he has planned. Y'all saw the lady who went to Cheesecake Factory and wouldn't get out of the car?
Listen,
that also went
Jackie,
viral.
Before we even go back on the Cheesecake Factory, I want to talk about the oysters.
Okay.
Oysters are an aphrodisiac, so I don't even understand why, if she wasn't feeling them, why did she scarf down 48?
after 48 oysters, she should have been horny as hell.
Exactly.
But the fact that he checked out, knowing that she was
might
getting
not even
horny,
been there, okay? I think that she was videotaping the whole thing. She might have just done that for herself.
Oh, for the gram.
48, or she's
But
a mermaid, a seal. What is she doing? You're gonna have to get the pearls to pay for the meal.
There you go.
But sometimes women, not even men too, you don't like the person, but you're gonna get everything you can from that person.
That's right.
And I think that was actually morally wrong. She should not have done that.
She shouldn't have done that, but here's the thing. For men, I'm gonna tell these nice men in these streets.
Okay, all right.
When you go to a woman's social media profile and it's all her all day long doing all the things, just know you're content, baby.
Oh.
You are content.
But is there, but if you do go on a first date, let's say you do like the guy, how much is too much to order? Should you, if you have a huge
now I will
appetite.
say-
You could pay.
No. But you know what? The oysters were on sale, if you remember.
Yeah, it was
They were $15
For real?
a dozen.
That's
so
what
that
I'm
was
saying.
quite the sale.
He was counting.
When
his
I
But
bought
it was
coins.
a sale. That was only $60 for 48 oysters. That's a very good deal.
That might have been $58 more than what he had.
Well, then you can't go on a date.
I understand, but this is a first date. Like for me, if I go on a first date, when I met somebody on Bumble and we went out, and I could tell he had the car, he had the suit on. So I'm a ribeye and onion ring girl. If you can't give me at least some ribeye and onion rings,
But ribeyes are quite expensive.
What's quite expensive?
Ribeyes are like $75, Sherri Shepherd.
Well,
But I
know
think
what you get. You better look at my Instagram.
You should also.
You gotta know what you get.
So you going out with Sherri Shepherd, you know she's gonna
Yes.
want the ribeye.
But also, you would know Sherri has the punch card, too, for the freaky visitor, so you'll be okay. She's not gonna leave you hanging. I also think that this stuff is great. I'm a mother of a son. I would love for a woman to show my son who she is immediately.
Right.
That now it'll be up to him to choose whether he wants to deal with that diva or not.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
You can't just show up diva 6 months later.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm having so much fun with y'all. Tammy, I need you to tell me, why are parents outraged over Winnie the Pooh?
Okay, so it goes like this. There was a 4th grade teacher who decided he wanted to show a movie to the kids. He said it was Winnie the Pooh. Well, it turns out it was a horror film. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I don't know.
Okay.
Lord Jesus, I don't watch any of that stuff.
Blood
I'm out of it.
It's very
But
Friday the 13th
these
esque.
kids watched it for 20 or 30 minutes, crying, freaking out, and parents are outraged. They want him fired. The school said, no, we'll handle it internally. For me, as a parent, if I mess my child up, that's fine. If you mess him up, we're gonna fight.
Okay, that's right.
You don't get to do
Well, you know
that.
what? In defense of the teacher, I would be horrified teaching a group of 4th graders. So I too am traumatized. That's what the teacher was feeling. I'm
But
traumatized
it's a
too.
big responsibility to help shape young minds. And
Yes.
if you've checked out as a
Yeah, that's
teacher
what it
so
is.
much that you're not paying attention to
20
what
to
movies
30
that-
minutes.
20 to 30 minutes is a long time. I would be outraged. I
mean,
think the teacher needs to be fired.
You figure Winnie the Pooh in 20 minutes then killed like 20, 30 people, okay?
And
the
it was
worst
a
part-
math teacher. I'm sorry, it was
No,
a
go
math
ahead.
teacher. Like, what does that have to do with math? Unless you're counting how many bodies he's got.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right, y'all, so we agree on that. But there's this new study saying that female frogs play dead to avoid sex. Okay? So I gotta know this. Tammy, you are married. You are married. What is your go-to move when you are not in the mood? When you're not in the mood, what's your go-to move?
My favorite position is awake.
It is awake.
I just want to. I just pretend I have COVID.
Okay.
Moving on to the guest room.
Bevy, what is your favorite go-to?
I'm a Scorpio, so I'm never not in the mood.
All right now. All right, Al. Okay. So never not in the mood. Jackie, what's your favorite go-to move when you're not in the mood?
Well, you know I'm a vegan, right?
Okay.
So
Where you got it?
there's more to the story. Have you ever heard of a Dutch oven?
A Dutch oven?
Yeah.
Look it up in the Urban Dictionary.
Okay.
All I can say is vegan farts have power.
Oh, girl.
But I don't pull it off.
Yikes.
I love this.
It works.
I love that you can fart on command.
Oh my gosh, just that you able
Skill
to do
set.
it.
With certain recipes, because you know, vegan diets is very cleansing.
Yes.
That's why we've been
Yeah.
kicked out of more restaurants.
You have some asparagus, it's good to go.
Okay, first of all, I never even thought of that. My favorite go-to move is I go, you know I want to get pregnant. I can't even get pregnant. And then the second one is I'm on my period. That stopped like 10 years ago, okay? It is just, I'm telling you, we get to talking. I love it when y'all come by. I
Being with you, Sherri Shepherd.
I want to say thank you all for being here. Thank you, Tammy, Bevy, and Jackie.
We're gonna have a good time.